Whose water? Whose water? Whose water? President Obama, ban fracking now!
EPA tried to say that fracking actually
the Environmental
water
Protection Agency says hydraulic fracturing may be causing
20 other families were warned by the EPA last year not to drink or cook with their well water and to use a fan while showering.
I think the lack of regulation under the Safe Drinking Water Act has allowed hydraulic fracturing to contaminate water at an alarming rate. By not disclosing the chemicals that are used after the fact, it's very hard to tie the actual frack to the contamination. If you don't know the chemicals that were used when the water's been contaminated and you say, here's the chemicals that are in it, and then of course the fracking company is going to say, well, you can't prove it was us.
They're killing people. Just goes to show if you have enough money, you get away with murder.
The technique called fracking uses pressurized water, sand, and chemicals to improve the flow of oil or gas. The EPA says it found chemicals associated with fracking in water beneath a Wyoming community.
I worked for industry for 12 years, and then I bought a place way out in the country in a little county called Wise County, and that's where Mitchell Energy experimented until they figured out how to frack shale oil and gas. It was started right in my backyard. Started researching about it, and I ended up on the Earthworks Oil and Gas Accountability Project's website, and so I started reading about the negative impacts to our environment. And after I became aware of some of the impacts, then I started looking around me and noticing these same things happening. So you may not be aware that there's a big pit, that this big pit holds toxic drilling waste that could be radioactive, unless you read about that.
I think every person can contact their legislator. Every person can do some research and make up their own mind on whether they think fracking is safe. You know, and once you've made up your mind, then contact your legislator and let them know what you think. I mean, that's really the civic duty of Americans, is to take part in our constitutional process, and that's what this is all about. We're here lobbying our legislators, and that's exactly what we should all be doing.